No matter what logical idea I came up with for sticking to the road, it always sounded
It's
worse.
almost like I found the church, the keys, all of them points.
So I trudged out into the woods with Brian. You'd think that Brian had balls of steel.
Do what, sorry?
You'd think that he would shrug off any spooky shit just to save some face. This was all his testosterone-laden idea anyway, huh? Well, this wasn't so. Brian was scared shitless about 10 minutes in. Now, I wasn't too scared. I knew it was a bad idea, but I wasn't about to lose it or anything. However, Brian's anxiety was strong. I could sense it. Worst of all, it was getting increasingly contagious. Walking through thick woods is slow, and our cell phones were back in our lockers. Before, we just went off of the truck.
What, sorry?
Yeah, I feel they got my truck and I feel they're going to Square to a Square.
You've gone towards Kavala?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, they ain't gonna find me there.
I'm stranded with the keys on my backpack and everything.
Yeah, they ain't gonna find me at Kavala. I'm miles out of the way.
Where are you now?
Can you see where oil is on the map?
See well.
Where oil is on the map.
I see it. I run towards there now.
What?
I see it. Then we head towards there.
No, head towards Kavala. I'll meet you in Kavala in a minute.
No, those guys are going there.
Yeah, it don't matter. They're not gonna get you again.
So if I give them my keys, that means I lost the truck.
No, just means they have access to it without being able to lockpick it. Once the server resets, you'll get it back unless you get it to a chop shop. And they'll lose the keys.
So it wasn't server reset, so it's mine again.
Yeah.
Building 62 is not secure. Did you get that control? Building 62 is open. I looked at Brian. You know, we have to check this out, right? Though it was too dark to tell, I'm pretty sure Brian went a little pale.
Miles away from everything.
We approached the door like Osama bin Laden was going to jump out of the fucking skin attack at us. After all,
If they send a message to cops, do they know your location?
Just send a message to them, say you've been robbed and your truck's been robbed. Your white truck. White boxer truck.
Do they know where my location is?
No, tell them where you was robbed.
When I was satisfied, we headed back to the doorway. We didn't have the keys to lock it up, but at least we could say that it was secure. That's when I heard the most blood-curdling scream I had ever heard. My heart went into my fucking throat.
The server reset in 30
I
minutes.
just followed him. We ran all the way out of the building, across the road, and into the trees across. What the fuck? Brian was shaking.
As long as they don't find me for 30 minutes, I'm fine.
This took place 4 years ago when I was a new nurse.
1.2 miles away from Koala. It's going to take a while. I'm low on food again. This time they didn't kill me.
Yeah.
A nurse can be sent out to have a look and do easier tasks such as stitching or dressing.
See where this shipping yard is on the map.
It's to help those who need medical care but not desperate.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm there.
To the emergency room.
You want me to head towards there?
No, it's going to take you forever. Get to the town and get yourself some food. Has your money been stolen then?
Nick, what? Yeah, everything's gone.
Jesus.
Directions to find the address, such as turn left when you see a stone that looks a bit like a badger.
I suppose I'm not dead yet again.
It took me almost to the to do you wrong, so I told the other guy I decided to split to save time. As I approached the house, I saw a wooden cottage with no other houses in sight. I got the feeling I was being watched. If I had just trusted
Not far from Koala now, 1 kilometre away.
Yeah. I've ditched my truck. There's an ATM.
Crashed.
No, ditched it. 300 metres away from ATM, so I'm running to that instead of taking my truck.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
They're not going to get it to a chop shop now, it goes too slow. So it's going to be worthless to them.
Suddenly I hear the door shut behind me, and instinctively knew it wasn't the old lady who had snuck up on me. Please don't be scared, dear. I hear a woman's voice from somewhere.
So what happened to their car that would be driving into my truck? Unless there was like 3 of them.
If there was 3 of them, then obviously one of them is most probably driving their car. If there was...
Yeah, because the two going to the truck.
Yeah, well, in that case then, most probably two's driving your truck and one's driving the car.
I don't know why they took the back light, there's nothing in it.
I don't know.
What happened?
I got to the ATM. They can hold me up now, I don't care. They can get me truck.
No, what happened?
I've got to the ATM, so they can't get me money. So they can hold me up now. I got 300,000 now.
Please don't be alarmed, but I think I need to get you to the hospital tonight. I lied in my best good nurse voice. I planned to pretend
I got 230 in my account.
following police. Then I turned to the man, pretending not to notice him staring at my bag, shaking with abstinence. Please come here and
384.
while I call the ambulance. No phone signal here, love. He smiles.
Where should I rate a Koala?
Do you know, can you see not the garage near where you was held up and everything, the garage on the further side? Can you see the garage on the further side, not the one that you was held up at?
Which garage?
Not the one near where you was held up at on the other side of town.
The one at casino.
Yeah. Head over there, I'll meet you there in a minute.
It seemed that the smartest thing to do
600, 700 metres.
Yeah, just make your way there. I'll be there in a minute, a few minutes.
I need to nip to the... No, I need to get some money out there, nip to the market, get some food.
He was holding a knife in one hand, a sharp end up. He held it like he knew how to use it. People who threatened me with the knife.
I just thinking I've got majority of that frigging getaway on me frigging. Well, I should have it all on my Steam, on my Twitch. Sorry.
I took a few steps forward and kicked the woman by his hands as hard as I could. I was worried what tomorrow to experience against the noise. And the rope was slowly swaying in his hand. I then pushed him and hard into his cabin and used both hands to force one of his arms behind his back. I was amazed at my own reaction. I would not have been able to move. I rolled deep from him. I jumped over and came and made no effort to stop me. I will tell you one thing that might be proud. I learned in Sweden from my parents and immigrants, escaping from nightmares and close to me. And from childhood I've seen horrible things and learned from the image. But there are situations in life when you have to fight to stay in the game. My dad had drilled all his kids in self-defense in Krav Maga, but I had never once used it before. The dread tried to get up from under me and attempted to kick me.
What happened?
It didn't reach.
No, I made it to the garage and storing my vehicle.
I realized that if he gets back up, my chances would be slim. So instead,
Oh, and they failed.
How many kills a mark here? I need to introduce.
I grabbed the old lady and headed for the car, terrified that he might soon be waking up and give chase. As we reached the main road and I signaled on the phone, I felt the place and hands to the house. The old woman said nothing during the ride to the town. When we went out, the voice became a loud voice to talk to me. It turned out that the driver was a long moment in town. He had just served his sentence for killing a man, jumping on his head while he was out cold.
Number 10. I have a few paranormal events that happened all throughout my life. Most of them are pretty tame, but there is one that got to me.
Where are you, Rob?
Still sticks with me today. About
Heading
4
towards
years
the market,
ago,
100 meters away.
when I was at college, I had lived in the dorms with a kick-ass
Yeah, whereabouts are you?
Pretty much had a great experience altogether. Towards the end of my last semester, something seemed different in my home.
I'm near the other garage, not the one near the casino.
Lively cells, but just walking into the dorms would give you this
On the road?
oppressive feeling of dread. We all wrote it off as the stress of finals approaching, but it just felt off.
You on the road up?
One night after studying, I decided to hit the shower so I can just wake up and make my way to class in
Where?
2 hours. Before I keep going, I should go ahead and
I'm at the garage.
check out our hall and the bathroom. Our hall was one of many
Which one?
halls on a single floor. Each hall had
The-
What's those guys again?
Where?
Who's those guys again? Who's gone past me?
There was a small window located at one end, and across from it was the bathroom. It seriously felt like a prison block rather than a living quarters for college students. As for the
I'm
bathroom
just south of the garage, the other one not near the casino, the other one.
2 sinks to each side, on the left and the right, with massive mirrors facing each other.
Hear gunshots.
Yeah, they were right next to me.
Then past that, you had your 2 urinals, your toilet stall on the left, 2 showers on the right. When facing the left set of sinks, you can clearly see into the showers from the
Whereabouts are you?
doors open. And in the right set of sinks, you can see the reflection of the shower.
Where do you know?
The door
Near the
was
ATM.
identical to the entrance to the hall. A massive
Which one?
steel frame
The one near the garage that you were near.
for much of a view, and with good reason. The door was popped open with a giant wooden wedge that couldn't be moved unless you were really trying to.
Is that near the market?
So back to
Yeah.
the story. I'm all alone in the bathroom, gearing up to go shower. I throw my change of clothes on the right side sink so that way I can reach around the stall to grab them. Once I set my stuff down, I happen to look up into the mirror and I can see in the distance something almost shimmering inside the shower stall. As I look at it, I notice that
Where are
it
you?
slowly gets closer, like it's jumping from the furthermost layer to the next layer closer. I'm kind of unsettled, but I don't think much of it, other than me coming down off of a massive red
I think
bull
it's a market.
and caffeine.
The food.
It starts transitioning faster. As it gets closer, I can start making out details, but nothing vivid or striking. It's just a dark mass that looks like it's covered in hair. this point, I'm freaking out hardcore since this thing is getting closer in the mirror and I'm pretty much frozen to this one spot. As it gets to the fourth layer, I get the closest look at this thing I'll ever get. I regret every minute of it. It wasn't hair, but some kind of long, flowing veil. I could see through it partially, but from the torso down, it was just solid black. And the face,
Only at the ATM in the market.
it was fairly human, but at the same time, it was so far removed.
Okay.
There were eyes. They were black, but definitely glowing somehow. I only saw this for maybe a second at the most, but it's burned into my mind forever. But then the lights cut out and I hear the door slam. It's pitch black in the bathroom, so I can't see this thing anymore. I go to open the door, but it won't budge, and then this intense smell of blood hits me out of nowhere, and that's all I remember. I woke up later in the hospital. From what my RA claims, he was on his way to go use the bathroom sometime after this happened, where he found me in the shower stall with my shirt covered in blood from a massive nosebleed. He tried asking me what happened, and according to him, all I could respond with was, "It saw me," and I start freaking out. So he calls an ambulance and they get me to the hospital. All the while, I'm apparently freaking out, so they sedate me to get me to calm down. I'm coming to around the time my parents show up. Worried sick, of course. I asked them what happened, and according to the doctors, they believe I had a seizure. However, they ran CAT scans soon after I was cooperative enough to do so, and they found no sign of any seizure occurring. Not to mention epilepsy doesn't run in my family at all. And having taken Adderall countless times in the past, and since then, I've never had a similar side effect, neither hallucinations or potential seizures. To this day, I still can't bring myself to look into a mirror for more than a minute, and just being stuck in a room for an extended period will cause me to break down. I've been to therapy going on for 3 years now, and I've talked to countless religious leaders who, besides giving me the general, well, you should turn to God in times like these talks, don't recognize that kind of pattern
There you go.
as anything good or evil. And the strangest thing is that before that incident, there were no
I'm outside the market.
of any activity in those dorms.
I can see you. I'm still next to you.
Since I left, there hasn't been any either. It was just that one isolated incident.
Number 9. When I was about 11, I had a steady babysitter named Jane. My brother and sister were 17 and 18, so they were either
Sorted.
too cool to babysit me
Hello.
or just busy with schoolwork. Jane was their age, but I don't think her family had a lot of money, so she would babysit me almost every weekend instead of doing normal teenager stuff. My family lived in a pretty well-to-do cul-de-sac in the back
Why
of
on
our
top? Why
neighborhood.
you top the car?
It was one of those neighborhoods
Not
where
a
the
minute.
houses got nicer the further back
Just
you
get
went.
in.
The houses at the front by the main road were not as nice, but not terrible or anything. This is where Jane lived.
I took a screw for you. I was on top of the car.
I was a huge pain in the arse. But not to Jane. I looked at her as a best friend. We did so many fun things together, and I could truly tell that Jane
I've
loved
seen those guys. Yeah.
One Saturday night,
Yeah, I think I did.
Mum was making plans for the next week. But for the first time,
They were parked
They're
down.
in my car now.
Yeah, they were. The
she was very excited.
monster SUV was parked down a side alley.
My mother and I were both very excited for her, and I saw my mum hand her way more money than usual.
I've looked familiar.
Her eyes teared up, and she gave us both a hug and left. Since this was the
I
mid-90s,
don't know.
everyone got babysitters from word of mouth. My mum
Oh, is that
heard
the
from
truck?
my mother that a girl who used to
Try
babysit
it.
for her kids had just moved back to her parents' house after grad school. She lived down the street from Jane. Her name was Becky, and my mum pulled her up to see if she could babysit me that Saturday.
Well, I don't have the keys for it though. That's the
Said
thing.
yes.
Yeah, you do.
Proceeded
You
to
still
ask
have
my mum
keys.
somewhat strange, but not entirely alarming questions, like how tall I
Just
was,
press U. Does it
what I
unlock?
looked like, etc. There might have been other questions as well.
It was already
but
unlocked.
I was just hearing my mum's side of the conversation. When she hung up the phone, my mum said to my dad,
Strange.
"Are you sure it's
Yeah.
Yeah, lots, a lot.
Yeah, it's your truck.
I was a little nervous, as Jane had been the only one to babysit me for
You
years.
already found that?
In the rare
What?
instances where she couldn't do it, my parents usually just cancelled their plans.
How do you know it was here?
This was a work party, and my dad was being honoured.
I just seen it.
Wasn't an option. A couple of days before Becky was due to come over,
They're
I begged my
obviously
mum to
out on a
change.
boat.
I wanted to see if I could go over to her house on the night of the prom and see her in her dress. My mum kept telling me that she wouldn't want
Up
me
to you what you want to do. You
that
can
I
take
could
it
see
back if you
pictures
want.
instead. But I insisted. So my mum called
Yeah,
Jane
take it
and
back
handed
to
the
the
phone to me.
garage and I
"Hey,
then get it done.
how are you?" Jane said. "I'm good. I wanted
Alright.
to see if I could come over on Saturday and see you